All right. So if you are, what do they call themselves? Person who doesn't like going out or doesn't like interacting with other people. Someone who, an introvert. Yes, that's the word I was going for. An introvert. If you're an introvert, this is a show that you're supposed to be watching right about now. If you're an extrovert, this is even way better for you because you need to know what kind of activities you can take up in the next few weekends and how exciting they are. However, most importantly, how do outdoor activities contribute towards mental health? I'm having this conversation with I was going for GEO, the CEO, Jasiri Outdoors, and is Emmanuel Nguti joining me here on set, #BiashaTuesday. If you have any questions, ensure that you're sending them to me, but I had earlier asked you, how do you do to keep your mental health in check? Here, CEO Jasiri anasema he goes for hikes, something that he's done since 2013. So we're trying to get that and how it contributes to healthy mental health, right? Let's get to it. When a CEO, I rarely find people who conduct outdoor activities, creating a company or creating a venture that they are leading, like a company, like a business for this kind of activities. So introduce yourself and maybe tell us what made you think of this as a business.
Okay, my name is Emmanuel Nguti. That's what they call me. But I called myself the Black Panther. That's the name I gave myself because of the weight it carries. Mm-hmm. And so that's the name known in the outdoor industry. Mm-hmm. I started hiking back in 2013 in one of the biggest schools around, Starehe Boys Center.
Sorry, what? One of the biggest what?
not one of the biggest, actually the biggest school in the south of the world. Yeah, in 2013, I did my first hike and I ended up doing all the hikes when I was a student there. And afterwards, I continued, had another program with the President's Award. So there's where my love for outdoors peaked.
So you win the President's Award.
Yeah,
I remember back in my high school as well. There was that going to camping, hiking, so some fun activities.
So there's where it started.
Okay.
Yeah, so after that, continued to campus, still ran the same as an assessor of the program. So there's where the love for the outdoors peaked. And, once you start hiking, you never go back.
You never go back.
It's addictive.
It is.
Yeah, so coming to it as a business, it was more of I personally don't stay in the houses on Saturdays. That's we say weekend is for outdoors. So when it came to last year, we were somewhere, we're doing the same thing but with different people, and then now 2022 came and I decided it's time to bring more people on board. As a company, there are things you can't do as an individual because there are organizations that can't work with you if you're not registered, you're not tax compliant and stuff. So the company had to come up and for the big vision that I had for this thing, and I think I'll mention as we go forward.
As we go on.
Yeah.
Right. You said you came from one of the big schools in this side of the world.
Yeah.
There are people from a certain school in the bushes of Kikuyu that will disagree that. What do you have to say about it?
I know these people from the bush.
These people from the bush.
These people from the bush. It's the only thing they brag about is they did well. Yeah. And then
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. So but people from the bush take care.
Yeah.
That's a conversation for another day. So how this is Mental Health Awareness Month. How has this hiking journey, outdoors activities become something that promotes mental health for yourself and maybe for the people who you've seen come through for the hikes?
Personally, it has really worked because there is a time I was working on some stuff and they were very intense. And every time I found an opportunity to go out there for a hike, I always came back a happier person. I came back fulfilled, and I always felt there is there is just something about the outdoors. That's why I actually left whatever I was doing and ventured fully now into outdoor activities, so that I help other people who maybe felt the same and do not have that opportunity to like go out more often. So they could choose, I go out once a month, I go out twice a month. And Jasiri Outdoors is not just about hiking. There are other activities. We have team building sessions. We also do service provision for like a school wants to do a private activity somewhere. So we take them to the particular venue and facilitate the activities. So you talk of mental health. So in our service provision, we do what we call adventure learning. It's a program under Jasiri Outdoors. So this is a program specifically for students. So our intention is to help students break the monotony of the classwork, and especially in this digital era, guys are trapped in the gadgets. So we are trying to reduce the screen time, so that you go out there and experience and know that there is life
outside the online spaces that you're the box that you put yourself in.
Yes. And about mental, I have to talk about it practically.
Yeah.
There is a time last year we were called to facilitate a team building in one of the schools that I'll not mention because we are no longer working with them.
Okay. I hope it's not the school from the bushes.
No. It's a bigger school actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we went out with the kids and we were mentioned, the teachers pointed out to a few students, this one has an issue, this had an issue. And one of the students actually was fully into depression. And they told us the parents had actually requested that the student does not sit for any exam. He just relaxes, go to school, but he not sit for the exam because he was really depressed. So he had to recuperate with time. We started our activities, and when we put them into groups for easy facilitation, we found that the teachers actually found that the student has something more outside the classroom, because anytime you could tell them to do something, he calls the group and tries to arrange them. Okay, this is how you're going to go about it, this is how you're going to do about it, for every activity that we assign them. And then you realize that this guy is very good at leadership. So as much as he was not very good at classwork, he was good on this side of life. So after that activity was done, the boy was the most hyped in the group. Going back, the parents told us like 2 weeks after that was the end of his therapy sessions. He never went back for any therapy sessions. He actually sat for exams 2 weeks after that.
Nice.
And the results were very positive.
Nice.
So I have to talk about it practically that way. So that's
how it works towards promoting mental health.
Yes.
That is a very good approach. Now, someone might ask though, outdoors is a very engaging session, right? So if it's hiking, I have to climb a mountain or a hill. If it's walking or if it's team building, physical exertion, right? What is it about outdoors that is relaxing, yet it's so difficult? Yet the whole process is tiring. However, when people come from hikes, when they come from camping, they are tired, but they say they are now refreshed. How does that work? What's it with outdoors?
Yeah, as I said earlier, once you start hiking, that's it. You just need to do your first hike. It's addictive and you never go back. And people hike for different reasons. There are those amateur hikers who just hike for speed. They want to see how fast am I going to complete this trail. There are those who hike for views. The best views, they're always there with their cameras, their phones. You want to capture the best moment, and that's why they go out. There are those who hike for company. So they go there to engage with people. So it's the connection with people that take them out there. And then now there are those who just hike because they like traveling. So you have to identify, first of all, under which category do you lie.
Okay.
And you can only identify after you turn up for
one of them.
for your first hike. And for the many years that I've done hiking, I've taken people as young as 5 years and as old as 75 years old, and there is no one person that I've taken out for the first time and they never came back for the second one. Never.
You have to go back.
At least not me.
At least not for you.
Yeah, at least
personally, I'd say as well, true, because the first time I tried a hike, I had to go back, and I don't think I've ever stopped. But though the periods might be longer,
yeah,
but I still do go.
But you know what they say? On their first hike, they'll tell you, I'll not come back for this thing again. You're never going to see me. But then they're the first one to ask you, when is the next one going to be? Yeah. So you just need to start. That's
how it is. Yeah, I think that really does also work. All those different aspects are promoting mental health. If it's company, getting to talk to other people. If it's the views, very therapeutic and also meditative in nature. Yeah. So if it's about speed, you have a goal to focus on away from any other mental challenges that you might have.
Yeah, and it's just like a workout. It's only that it works out it works out both physical and your mental, because you're told, you meet people coming down, you're going up the trail, you ask them how long is it to the summit, they tell you 5 minutes, you keep walking for another 2 hours, you're not yet at the summit, you feel like coming back, but then you see like, okay, I've come this far, should I go back? No, I think I should try more. And mostly for it to work well, you need a very good hiking company. By company I mean the people you're hiking with. Yeah, the group. You utilize the energy of the group, and it takes you further than you'll otherwise have gone, and it works perfect.
What is your most memorable outdoor activity? The one that you've done that you say, where you at? I'm still waiting to beat that.
I think Mount Kenya last December.
Oh wow, yeah, you did that.
Yeah.
All the way up.
Yeah, all the way up. I've done it severally, but that was unique because I had a group of 32 people. Out of the 32, more than half were first timers.
On Mount Kenya.
Yes, so it's first timers. They have never hiked before.
Not that they've never hiked Mount Kenya.
They have never hiked before. More than half the group.
Okay, and they did Mount Kenya.
Yes, they did Mount Kenya, and I had like 8. Or let me call them elder people. One was 75 and the wife was 69. They've never hiked in their whole life, but it was snowy. The weather was brutal. Like a day before we summited, the group couldn't go up, but we went up. I still have frostbites healing in my 2 tips, fingertips. So we managed to get 29 out of the 32 on the summit, and that was my ultimate success.
Even the first timers made it to the top.
All the first timers.
So I can do Mount Kenya.
Yes.
I've been afraid that maybe I've not done a big
Mount Kenya is overrated.
Is it?
It's overrated.
It's something that you can do
as long as you have no health complications.
But you have frostbite, bro.
No, this one, it's one of the clients removed their hands to take a peek, and then they delayed for like 3 minutes, and it was really freezing. So by the time they realized they're freezing, so I had to give them my thermal glove. I took their light one, so I had a light glove on a beyond freezing point. So that's why I got
those.
Yeah, but it's still.
Oh, still. Okay, so let's get to the worst experience. Let's not call it worst. Tell us about a challenging experience. One of the most challenging experiences you've had outdoors.
The most challenging, I think, it was in 2015 when I was still in high school. I was trying to become one of the leaders of the President's Award in the school. It used to be a very tough training. So we were doing Ngong Hills. Ngong Hills was still Ngong Hills those days. Wachana saa hizi, there's no Ngong Hills to hike. So yeah,
kwani walikata kidogo?
No,
there's no Ngong Hills. What do you mean there's no Ngong Hills?
People have encroached, so like there is a path all the way up.
Yeah. Okay.
Nowadays, those days it was
you finding your way.
Yeah, we used to call ourselves pathfinders.
Okay.
So we started hiking at around 4 p.m. and it was raining from the side of Kiserian coming to, there is a school called Olepolos along Magadi Road. So up to until midnight, we are still on top of Ngong Hills. We've lost our way. it's raining, I have almost 30 kgs of weight on my back. Walking barefoot
in the rain.
Yeah. You've stepped on thorns of all types, and buffaloes running here, hyenas and start. Google Maps backfired. They were not working. So we only found our way at around 1 a.m. and we were picked up. We didn't even walk up to the campsite. So that remains my toughest, I think.
Toughest period, but you still did love the experience.
Of course. Memories are always good. Experience inakuanga mbaya, but the memories
are top notch.
Perfect.
Okay, so how do you provide rates for these activities? I know that you sometimes you work with you are open to working with institutions, as you said, and also individuals who might want to join a group or a time that you're out there. So how do you, I don't know how to ask the rates, because I know there's so many activities, but maybe a brief rundown of the most visited places and how much it costs, or just a normal hike.
First of all, rates differ depending with the company, but I'll talk now for my company. The only thing that brings up the difference in the rates is transport. Transport currently is very expensive for outdoors. Very, very expensive. Because of fuel. So that's what brings about the differences. But mostly our rates are between 2,000 and 2,800. That's the
range.
That's the range of our rates.
Okay.
But it goes higher depending with the venue and the activities involved. For institutions, it's always customized. Where do you want to go? We have proposals for different destinations. So you just come if you're going for a 1-day hike. We facilitate, and then if it's 2 days, 3 days, we have packages for all that. We can reduce some of the activities. For example, if you want to do high ropes, you want to do zip lining, you want to do wall climbing, those activities are charged individually.
Okay.
So you can decide, okay, I want to do just hiking and zip line, so the rate will be reduced.
Okay.
So there is everything for everyone.
Let me ask examples.
Yes.
Mount Kenya, how much?
Mount Kenya, 25,000.
And how many days is that?
3 days.
3 days up and down.
3 days, 4 days.
So going up 2, then coming down 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Depending with the period, the time of the year.
Ngong?
Ngong 1,500. Ngong 1,500.
Kwani Ngong walikufanyia nini?
No, Ngong. Okay. Ngong actually, Ngong lost its glory. I think KFS came in when it was already, people had already encroached. So the only part left for Ngong is that hill like on top. Ngong used to be big. So I wish the KFS came in earlier. And now KFS came in, but you find that they're only at the gate. The
collect
side
entrance.
Yes, the side is not fenced. There is not.
A gate.
Actually, it's not a gate. Actually, it's not a gate. It's just a kiosk. It's just a kiosk. Ile kama ile the Kanjos used to have to collect tax ya magari. Yeah, it's not even a fence. So you find that there is nothing more that about the hill.
Yeah.
It's just about the collecting the entrance.
Okay.
Because you expected once they took over, they plant more trees, put a fence all over the hill so that the locals don't
invade and encroach.
They don't encroach the hill.
Okay.
But
so I think maybe I can. Oh, we didn't finish. Longonot?
Longonot 1,800.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's
2,800 to 3,200.
What's the next one that's coming up?
Next one we have Olesekut coming up on Sunday. It's 2,200. After that we have 7 Ponds in Abadeas. I think it's 2,800. It's around I think 3,200. Not very sure. I need to confirm. Yeah, that's on 28th of this month.
Yeah.
And so we have mixed, so that we have people who want to start embracing outdoors also come in. So like Olesekut is an easy hike. It's very easy. That one will take around 4 hours to get done. But for us, we integrate. We base more on giving people the experience apart from just hiking. So we have team building activities before we start our hikes. And then after the hike we also have post hike stretches and stuff.
All of that.
Yeah, so before people start hiking, you've already known the people you're going to hike with. You know at least, okay, for me I give them at least 5 people who you didn't know when you came here, what they do, where they come from. So at times I'm hiking and then someone start telling you about so and so, and you're like, who is that? Yeah. And you forget that you had already told them to engage. Yeah, so okay. that in itself, so that you're not just going to be walking up the trail, you don't
and then
know,
coming back.
Yeah.
So it's an interactive process.
An interactive session.
Okay.
So that makes it.
Do you do out the country, Kilimanjaro? Nikitaka kwenda Kilimanjaro.
Okay, I think I should just mention that Kilimanjaro, we are doing Kilimanjaro not this year, next year. Jasiri Outlaws is only 3 months. It's only 3 months old. But the things we've done, I sit and look back. We've been, actually I tell people we are only 3 months old. They're like
3 months old with all of those activities that you mentioned.
Yeah. We've worked with schools. Like we've worked with churches, we've worked with corporate. It's doing very well for.
So here at KUTV, tukitaka kwenda mahali hivi, do the thing.
Yeah, I can organize for staff members. Niaje, we have your staff members want to do this and this. Do you have any preferred place? Okay, I'm in a better position actually to recommend. Okay, you can do this, so that we have those who have never done hiking. So this is the best place to go. We can integrate with these activities. So we having, as the title says, we want to make Kenya a hiking nation. And in the next 2 years, trust you me, Jasiri Outdoors will be all over this country.
Right.
Like for our adventure learning program, the schools, it includes the staff members and the students. So we want to go up to the smallest school in this country.
Autopigi Outdoors.
Yes. Because we have packages for everyone. Yes. Okay. I'll rather do it for free, but they embrace.
Make sure that they embrace.
Yeah, it's not about the profits. It's not about the profits. Profits will come. Okay, they've already come. Yeah, they've already come. But you see,
good flex.
Yeah. So in 2 years,
things will be intense.
Everyone will be knowing about Jasiri Outdoors all over the country.
So and I knew that at 3 months old, so I might be one of those Christopher Columbus of Jasiri Outdoors. Now, you mentioned about encroachment of Ngong, and I want to ask maybe, and I want to put it in 2 ways. Yeah. So how do you feel the government and its agencies like KWS, KFS, how can they make sure that these places are protected? Places like Ngong, as you said, and Karura, and all of those outdoor places that we'd love to go to. But secondly, the responsibility of citizens. We've had so many issues with Karura, especially. Watu wanaingia huko ndani, anafanya mambo yao, and then the place becomes trash. Yeah, they throw trash everywhere, or people just don't. Even Ngong, actually, right? It became a thing where people go and park cars, drink and eat, and then just leave the rest of the stuff there. So how can we, all of us, work together towards protecting these places as you've been visiting and seeing?
Now, first of all, anyone who litters a place is not a hiker and is not an outdoors person.
Akae kwa nyumba.
Those people, we always, because for outdoor people, we say, leave no trace. So if I was here, leave no trace that you are at this place. And we are trying to ensure that especially you'll find that most hiking companies actually, those who value what they do, we are actually getting rid of plastic bottles completely, because actually they are banned from the parks, but they're not that strict. But it's our responsibility to tell our clients, use reusable bottles, so that when you come to this place, you're not going to drink a 250 ml bottle of water and then drop it. On the side of the government, I think it's about ensuring that the officers at the entrance and all those in charge, they don't focus more on selling the reusable bottles, because you go to Longonot, they'll tell you to buy water at 50 bob and buy a bottle of water at 100 bob. there is no water on top. Longonot is very hot, and you'll find that there is someone maybe who didn't know that those plastic bottles are not allowed into the park. So what are they going to do? Okay,
so they just have to leave the water bottles behind.
Yes, just tell them, okay, I'll take your ID. So once you're checking out, you check out with your 4 bottles. Okay. It's very simple, so that next time they'll come back with the reusable bottles.
Nice.
You go to Sabuk, they have a water tank on top. They have water points on top. So in such a place, when you tell someone don't go with a plastic water bottle, they can survive because they'll get water on top. So it's just those facilities that you're supposed to put on hills, and
so having water points
and litter bins. You go to Ngongis, they don't want to litter, but there is a time I was there, I think 2020, there was no litter bin. Kuanzia chini mpaka to the summit and back, no single litter bin. So what happens?
People just litter anywhere.
Sabuk, they have litter bins, and they have people picking litter. So that's one of I think that's my best managed KWS destination. Ole Sabuk, I'll go there any day, anytime.
And that should be done in all the other places.
It's very simple.
Easy. It's very easy. Do we have enough guides?
We have enough guides, but you don't have enough qualified guides.
What does that mean?
Enough qualified guides, it means they know what they're supposed to do. Because for me, when I go out, okay, yes, I'm the CEO, but that's managerial. So I call myself a team leader. So when I'm there, it's not about me. It's about the clients. Some of us enjoy the hike once people are back home, everyone is home safe, and then you sit and reflect and you say, now it was nice. But now if you call yourself a guide, but then you're the first one to exit the park, leaving clients behind. It doesn't operate that way. Because in case of anything, you are the one who is supposed to be accountable for these people. If you are the guide assigned by the KWS, that means just the way those at Mount Kenya do, very professional guides. I'm not talking about the porters. Those have their own issues.
Okay.
So I think they should have like guides for every destination. Like if it's 7 ponds, you have guides who are professionals with badges or identification cards that they are guides to that particular mountain, so that in case anything happens, you can easily follow up. But I've gone for example to Elephant Hills, and those police officers there tell you, I'm going to assign you these 3 guides for your group, because on average you work with 1 guide for 10 people. So let's say I have 30 people, so I'll have like 3 guides and myself and my resident guide. But then once you start hiking, you don't see those people anywhere.
They go back.
No, what happens is the police have like 5 boys. So they just operate in between. So it will be 5 people in charge of all the groups that will be coming on that hill on that day.
That's so they
end up collecting fees from all these groups. You're told they are your guides, but they're guides for everyone. So they don't care about what happens to your group.
All they care about is what they're gaining.
Exactly. Okay. How fast are you going to finish and go?
Okay. So we need to change that for those relevant agencies ambazo zinasikiza huko nje. Outdoor activities. Quite a very interesting conversation. I know there's a lot we can speak about.
It's a lot.
But now maybe for those people ambao nilikuwa nimeanza kusema wanajiita introverts. Nasema mimi mambo ya huko nje hapana. Let me just stay in the house. I don't want to socialize with people. I don't like people. I don't go out with people. What do you have to tell them? Get them out of the house. When you're watch show saizi na wakimaliza show wanabaki kwa nyumba. Get them out of the house.
First of all, hakuna mtu apendi watu.
This camera and talk to them directly.
Those of you at home, there is no one who doesn't like people. We are social beings by nature. Hata mimi ni introvert. Okay, Nguti is an introvert, but then Black Panther is now the extrovert. So it's very simple. Just get out. Once you do your first hike, that's it. Come do your first hike and then sit and rethink if again you'll still be an introvert or imekuwa to introvert because you have no opportunity to get out there. It's like it's like saying najua mtoi wangu apendi kuswim. You've never taken him to the swimming pool.
Oh, minimalist ni hauna pesa.
Umesota bro. So yeah, it's just come out for your first activity. We have Ole Sekut coming up, a very easy hike. Come interact with us. I'll guide you through the whole journey and you'll be happy.
Which one am I coming for?
7 points.
28th, 7 points. Yeah.
Mimi kama CEO nakupea free.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we are coming through on the 28th.
Yeah, 28th.
Tutakuwa pale. So kama unataka kunijoin, make sure una come through. Given free here from Jasiri Outdoors. Now, maybe a shout out to the guys who help you, because I'm sure it's a company of people who also work really hard. I've seen guides when I'm going out to one of those hikes, guides who work tirelessly, and by the time of the end of the hike, because the rest of us are there to enjoy. Sisi tuko hapo, wengine wako able to speakers, wengine wako na sijui vinywaji nini and all of that, and then you forget that this guy is so stressed about sijui tumeacha nani nyuma, sijui nani yako mbele, and all of that. I'm sure you've gone through so much of that. Maybe just a shout out to those people, because I know they work really hard, and anyone else who's helped Jasiri Outdoors.
First of all, I'd like to give much thanks to my clients. Jasiri Outdoors is run by them. We sit, they're the ones who decide on the calendar, they're the ones who decide where you're going to. Okay, they decide this is the time you're going to leave. Tukichelewa wacha watu. They're the ones who run the company, so big shout out to them. Kina Winnie and all those people out there. Winnie has been a very great resource to us. Derek Karani runs our marketing department. We have Mackenzie, people like Gerald. It's a big team, and I'm just the face of the big team, and I call myself their team leader. So as I always tell them, siwezi waangusha. We are going places. To those schools and corporates that have trusted us, just giving a 2-month-old company business worth a few number of zeros, it's been an honor, and we keep doing it. So engage us.
How can they get to you? Yes, go on.
Our social media platforms at Jasiri Outdoors, Instagram at Jasiri Outdoors, Facebook. Mimi Instagram yangu ni Silvaro_Black Panther.
Hey bro.
Yeah.
Takumbuka hiyo kweli, Silvaro_Black Panther.
Black Panther. Yeah. So
make sure that you get that. Yeah, it's on the screen as well, so I'm told. One more thing is 28th umesema ni sangapi? That's the question I've been asked.
28th departure time is 5 a.m. and our clients know that we give an allowance of 5 minutes. So 5:06 kindly utakuja na nduthi ya theirs. Yeah. So
wanasema wale ambao CEO ajapatia pardon ya kwenda for free watalipa pesa ngapi again?
Let me just confirm. I think just a minute.
All right, so Jasiri Outdoors, make sure that you check them out all over social media platforms. Jasiri ni for bravery, so I think that does mean a lot for anyone who wants to go and take a hike and have fun and meet other people and interact with them as well. So check them out on social media and come through to this hike that you're trying to confirm the
Jasiri, the 7 points is 3,000.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only 3,000. As we say at Jasiri Outdoors, #kuwa Jasiri. So kuwa Jasiri and turn up for our events.
Okay. Yeah. We're going places physically and financially, so all the best.
And emotionally.
Right. Yeah. And emotionally, mental health, which is really important. So meet you at the end of the month as we go and exercise outdoors and check out our mental health. If you missed any bit of this conversation, as I always say, roll back on Facebook, on YouTube, and also we'll be uploading it later on our YouTube channels, KUTV Kenya. Christine Wasike, asema
Christine was one of our very first clients.
Nice.
She was number 3 actually to book our first ever activity.
Okay.
We always give out badges for every activity. I conquered 7 points. I conquered Ole Sekut, and at the end of the quarter, like the first quarter, we reward the most decorated male and reward the most decorated female. Christine Wasike was our most decorated female for the first quarter.
Nice.
There is my guy called Santoki. Santoki was the first person ever to book our activities. He was the most decorated male. Those are people who came for 5 out of the 6 activities we had for the first quarter of the activities.
All right, so she's tuned in. So shout out to Christine and Robert as well, tuned in here. Ashley Asachi tuned in as well to the show. Thank you very much for tuning in. That is Jasiri Outdoors. And let me take this break and then come back. Then we close up the show, right? Don't go.
Child, they decided to move back home and make things official. Now, here is the bombshell. They found out that they were related. Wow. With Orbital Global, you can save yourself the embarrassment.
How well do you know your family lineage? Your cousins, uncles, aunties, nephews, nieces? Orbital is here for you. Visit www.orbitalglobal.com. Orbital Global, connecting families, uniting nations.
Unemployment has hit you hard. Your salary is meager. You decide to venture into business, but you're struggling to thrive in it. You would want to reap a big tip on how not to run into losses.
Forget the preachy business vlogs, the hyperbolic motivational speeches, and all the roads down desperation.
Hope has come with model stories from small successful entrepreneurs. We tell you these tales weekly on The Budding Entrepreneur. Join us as we help you make your trade profitable and often smile to the bank.
Come see America each week on VOA Connect, a 30-minute program showcasing Americans, telling America's story in their own words.
Shows right here, an event like this, that Americans can come together.
From events that affect thousands to personal stories that might never be seen, VOA Connect provides context for the American experience, focusing on compelling stories with personal narratives that inform and inspire. On VOA Connect.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
Worth the gain you attain by sudden. Don't you know that I still care for you? We flipped up, got me needing more and more of you. And me the one to catch you.
Far East, welcome to the empire. Far East, because we find true love. And you will see what your love has done for me.
Called academic.
All right, That's a Biashara Tuesday for you. Thank you for tuning in since we began at 7 in the morning. Na saizi tuko on the wrap up. If you missed this, I know that you didn't catch earlier on. We were here on set with one Mr. Ouma, political analyst and entrepreneur, who helped me take a look at the papers. Very interesting takes on the various things that are happening in the country, from politics to business and startups world. And something that he mentioned, very curious, is that the politics of tyranny of numbers is evolving to what values the several parties which come under a coalition have. I don't know if that's the same take that you have or the same outlook. I'd love to hear your feedback on that. After the newspaper review, of course, later on we were here on set speaking matters of the Kenyatta University Library Services, ambao they are opening access to all the information, the journals, the past papers to university students here at Kenyatta University, and staff as well. But they are as well having an institution repository where you can access some of that work as well. So if you're out there, check out maktaba.ku.ac.ke. That's where you can get all the links necessary for you to access some of that information. Jasiri Outdoors ametoka hapa saizi, CEO akiniambia kwamba wakona so many activities that can help you this month. Mental health awareness, one of those things you should do is book with them. They have one hike coming up this weekend and another one on 28th, which I'll be going to. So if you want to come through to any of those, ensure you're searching Jasiri Outdoors all over the social media platforms. And once you get that, utuambie how the experience was, and we'd love to have that. So many conversations, but make sure you're checking them out on YouTube, KUTV Kenya. That's where we'll be uploading them later. We have been live on Facebook. I am sorry I could not read all the comments from Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well, but make sure that we are interacting all across the week at Richard_Okenye on all the platforms that I'm at. DM me, tag me, mambo kama hayo, tuta interact. Halafu, we come back on Tuesday and do business again. KUTV Race today goes on throughout the rest of the week. Tomorrow, WCW with Nina Gikunda. Thursday, Ojong Mariam. And then Friday, Empire Shaker will be here with Entertainment Matters, Team Weekendi, wakikuletea weekendi. So, get that and then keep it here on the best morning show morning show on your TV every single day of the week. Until next week, if you want to have breakfast in bed, sleep in the kitchen.
Wanabonga mob, that's why kwa parliament kuna speaker, ndio jue vitu ziko wrong, pedestrians wanapisha gari kupita kwa zebra crossing. Kama unachuki nami heri, ni poison na rat and rat, kuliko ninunulie Passat. Funds elimu free, nalipia mtoto wa minister private school fee. Kukuwa mtu mzubi ni hatia, ni walinishuku nikiofa mrembo lift kwa njia. Tafadhali samahani, shukran, ni tamu zimepotea, kata tu kwa skini ya Msudan. Kisu ni cutlery, kwa mkono ya romba ni silaha na increase casualties. Ukipenda utamu ya sweetie, kuwa tayari kuvumilia. Niliponea bahasha ya Okampo.